guys, if you're new here, this is friggin' cheap and my name's John and welcome. This show here is just kind of covering some of the other stuff and some stuff I saw Mike Morgan talk about, some stuff I saw Brad talk about, and some way to help them, I think, but young guys don't listen to old guys. And that's the way it is. Anyhow, so I'm going to be all over the place. You're on the stand right now, but I'm going to take you off the stand, show you some stuff, and work around and all this kind of stuff. So just hang on there. There's a lot going on. So here's some stuff that I want to go over. I've got these all. I'm going to take you off the stand for a minute. Off the stand, on the stand. I've got these all made, wire brushed up. Some of the welds came out good. Some of the welds came out funny. But you know something? They're all going to hold, and then there's wood brackets. The only mistake I made was that one where I drilled it wrong, so that ain't no big deal. These are those frick things. Now, as cold as it is and as muddy as it is down there, I think I'm going to put these on today and work on the number 1 mill for a little bit. I want to show you these. We'll discuss them later. They're ratchet tie downs. In fact, we're going to go talk about them right now. Now we'll talk about them in a minute. We're going to go down there. You see the ratchet strap? Maybe you can't see it, or maybe you can. We're going to go down there. I'm going to push this thing down if I can get it to go down, and we're going to go down there and look at look at that. And then we're going to go down to the wood box. We're going to talk about ratchet straps and evolution of ratchet straps, and I don't know what else we're going to talk about. I get rambling on, and I had a note that came out to start the video and forgot the note. That's how quick senile people forget. Turn that off so you can kind of hear me. All right. We're talking about wood boxes and that kind of stuff. Now, I saw where Mike Morgan did a show, I don't know, a few days ago. He puts quite a few on, all good ones. And he was showing a new way he found to make, do the totes. Now I can't get this thing up to where there it comes. A new way to do totes. And it's what they're doing. Now I've done totes different ways for a long time, okay? And nobody pays attention to it, so it doesn't make any difference anyway. I number some of them, whatever. But I put the bar back in there now, and then I stack the wood up this way. This is one thing for Brad. If you take a 16-inch piece of wood and stack up there, let me get a ruler. I think that's about 10 inches as I recall. Yeah, 9 inches. So if you take an 8-inch piece of wood and you stack it up so you're 16 inches high, by the time you get there, you have a full 3rd cord and you have something holding it that way. He was measuring cords today. But what Mike has done or saw or did, or somebody, I don't know who came out with it, but it ain't new, guys. It's been around for this place for a long time ago. I tried it out a long time ago, and it just didn't fit in for me. So if you cut this out and then cut this all the way down, you have an open thing, completely open, okay? And what they do is they leave this bar in, okay? They leave that bar in. That leaves, when they go up to dump them, a straight dump out. Now, you guys know I've been playing with wood boxes for a long time. You got the same identical thing here. This is not my favorite wood box, but it's a good wood box. Same thing. Same identical thing, but no bar up here. No bar. The reason I don't have a bar there is because you're going to hit your head. It gets in the way of your stacking. Okay? It's just, you'll move away from it. After you hit your head as many times as I did, you go away from that bar idea. And it's what I was trying to tell Brad and trying to tell Mike Morgan is go get one of these straps. These weren't available years ago when I was playing firewood. Here, I just tie it off. You can tie that strap on there. Now, the only reason that you're having to do this is you are compensating for the angle of repose. In other words, that wood just wants to go out like that. this holds it up. So between gravity and the angle of repose, it wants to go out. Well, when I stack this wood in here, okay, I don't have this strap in here or on those. I don't do it with these anymore. I did one, and straps weren't what they are now. Anyhow, I stack up the back because you got easy access to it. Okay, I stacked the bigger ones in the bottom, the straighter ones in the bottom, and the reason that I went from not doing it in this way and doing it in the rack that's in there is because I have a space in between that I put the crap that won't stack right or the crooked stuff and fill the rack up with that. And the only thing a lot of people are finding, you know, you might have weight limitations if you start making those boxes, because that's getting up there in weight. If you fill a third of a cord of oak in here, red oak, you're probably looking at 1,800 pounds or close to it. Where was I? Anyhow, you don't need this in here when you're stacking the wood, okay? You can get your whole back stacked up pretty much high, and then you get the front stacked up, and when you see this start to go out, you put this on there and you tighten it up. And it brings it right back there and makes it solid. And then you can stack your wood, and I don't have any down there that you can see, everything's covered up. But you can stack your wood because if you want a third of a cord like Mike does, no, like Brad does, you're gonna have to come up here. Just stack your wood in there. And then the rest of it, if you wanna just tie this in here, because what you're gonna find, or what I find, because I'm a bad driver, if you're going down and you hit a little bump and this totes is way out there, or even the wood boxes, and go like that, I mean, you go over a little rut, boom, boom, the stuff all falls out. Anyhow, that's what I'm recommending Brad to do, what I'm recommending Mike Morgan do, recommending everybody that goes out there and does those to do. Try it. You might find that you like it. It's just, you know, the only thing that I can see is this might want to come, well, it doesn't seem to want to come out. I thought it might want to come around here. I'll show you some of the straps and stuff that I've had in the past, and I've had this stuff for a long time, and those are pretty decent straps. Now, if I could buy these ratchet straps, see how thick that is? Now this is what the ratchet straps nowadays are, most of them. See the difference in thickness? I don't know if you guys can see that. And this isn't a real old one. This one here, see how much thicker this is? This is a ratchet strap of nowadays. So you gotta look around till you get a decent one. There's a difference. This is new. It's not too bad. It's the best one I found. I used to tie those across with chains. Also used this kind of a buckle, which you could pull it, but you can't get it tight as a ratchet strap. So that's some of the nonsense that's going on here. Oh, I meant to bring a bracket. You know those brackets that I just made? They're made for the wood here. See, I got a 6-inch piece of wood. Nice thing about this one, it's holding this crack piece together as this is drying. This one here I don't really care for. See how thin that is? That's like paper thin, but it seems to be hanging in there. Those are running, well, this one down here, this is thin too. They're all, you just can't get, but you can see, even stretched, this one's thicker than that one up there. See it? I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely thicker. I imagine it's got a rating on it. Let's see if it's got a rating. Okay. 6,000 pounds. I guess you can read that upside down. 6,000 pounds, you're never going to overload that. And those you can use in different places too. See if this one's got this one here is, I can't read it. Let me. This is a different strap. It's got plastic on there. I don't really care for this one. I don't know. Where's the working load limit? Lasting capacity 1,000 pounds. Working capacity 3,000. Let me go down and look at this other one. I didn't see working capacity, but it might have said that. Can you read upside down? Working load limit. Now, I guess that's in pounds. Okay, 1,460. Okay, busting, I guess, is that. I don't know. You guys can read that. I'm not going to sit there and mess with that too much longer. Anyhow, the straps are different, so watch what you're getting in straps. That strap there I bought off of eBay, and you buy 12 of them. I think it was 12, no, 12 of them for, no, 8 of them for 60 bucks, I think is what it was. So that's $7.50 a piece. But let me tell you, you're going to save your head. And I think you'll like it. Yeah, we're going to go down there and show you those new brackets, and once again, same basic thing. It's a mud hole down here. Woo! It is chilly out today. The sun was out earlier and it went away, and winter came in. I don't mind the cold, don't mind that, but I do, the wood yard is a mud pit. Now, drove down here with the emergency brake on. This thing, I don't want to even talk about that. Oh, Lordy. Now, some of these, see, I put this kind of strap on there, but you just couldn't pull them tight. But it was because I didn't put, see this one up here? It's got the wood on it to keep the two together, because they do want to go apart. Okay, it's just natural for them. And I have hit my head on that, and I'm getting, you know, it's hitting my head on this was a lot easier. But then when you started getting in it, you couldn't pull it tight because it was this style. But see how thick that is? This is the old style that had a kind of a, I don't know what this thing is, but this is a real old one. That one there's probably 15 years old, and over the years they've had their crashes. In fact, that one's tied together right there. Anyhow, this is those brackets that I've been making right there. I only have 2 screws in it because I just brought it down before I did turn this video on so I could kind of demonstrate. I'm gonna put you guys on the tripod again because the old man is shaky, and it's probably a lot easier for you to. Of course, I can't make it come up to get to where you can see what you're looking at. That's what it is. And see, the other one had that 6-inch, I don't know what you call it, tie board in there, so it was just different. They're both made out of junk, didn't take that long to make. And so I made a bunch of them. So I like this. You can see that I got another one of those on there because, once again, you know, I've been making wood boxes for a long time. And you can see where I can pull this and pull it together and make that other one loose, where you just can't pull those others tight. See, watch. You can put it anywhere you want. Another thing that I do is when you're pulling this is coming down. That one there is stationary. I take the leftover piece and wrap it under there so I don't have any friction there, which if you're going to put it on a totes, I don't think that's really going to make any difference. That's pretty smooth and round, so no big deal on that, I don't think. Anyhow, that's the wood brackets. I'm going to take those off, take them back up, paint them all, and then just have them and slowly take the tops off. You know that I'm also going to the wobble wire and greenhouse plastic for the tops. You know, I've done wood tops, I've done a little bit of everything for tops, and that wobble wire is just, and greenhouse plastic is good. But these are some of the earlier, this is a real early wood box. And remember I said on one video, don't put the slats so close together. I got to do some repairs. You can see that's coming apart. This is a real old one here. This one might be 10 years old. I'll show you one that's even older. We'll walk over, well, a long time ago. This is before Bobcat. I had the tractor, and the tractor wasn't strong enough to move things around, but I made boxes. And these boxes here, these are, my gosh, can't even begin to think how old. But thinking, what I did here was I filled this box up, and this is all made out of telephone pole wood, so it doesn't seem to want to rot. And plus I got a cover over it. But what I did was make this crate here, make that crate over there, then put telephone pole wood and all sorts of crap in there, and I used to stack wood in between there. So this little section thing used to hold about 5 cords of wood, and you'd come down and you had to fill it by hand and undo it by hand, and so now it just became a place to hold 2 100 horsepower motors and a few sawmill parts. And there's the hydraulic tank for the log turner. So coming along, here's a mouse trap that looks like I might have caught a mouse. I haven't set any of my mouse traps yet this year. He might have been there once upon a time. No, I tell you what, that's a bird. Those are feathers. I got to start setting mouse traps. I'm starting to see mouse traps mess. Anyhow, let's keep going. Anyhow, these wood boxes here are, oh my gosh, I'm going way back on that. Way back. Can't even tell you how long those are. I've had the sawmill for 35 years, so those might be 30 years old. I think you guys are probably a little smoother than me walking with you on the tripod. I did get that. I did get the logs pretty much down out of the driveway, up out of the front yard up front. Here's another wood box. I got wood on the top, but I got the plastic on it. This is chunks and hunks, and I think I'm going to do this where I got pieces going across there. I think I'm going to do that with a couple of those other boxes for some of this gnarly crap. There's the 3 bigger pieces in that tree, and like I said, this is just a muddy mess, real muddy mess. I got it down here before the rain came in. There's the new wood boxes of the size that I like. The one that was up there that we just saw that's by the boiler, it's not quite as wide. There's the bracket. There's the wider pressure treated floor inside, and pressure treated on the bottom. Pressure treated 4x4s on the bottom. Just oak on the side. This is a size basket I like, and it holds a strong half cord. Now, remember those little red things? If you're new here, I got a sawmill. If you're old here, you know that. Those little red things that I showed you earlier on that I was redoing, this is where they go. I'll go up here. See it right there? But see, I wanted the 4-sided one like this because that's older. Not that it really makes any difference. But I wanted them all to be the same. So I got to take these out. I'm gonna come down here and take these out and put the ones I just cleaned up in here. And I did, the bolts came in for that, so I'm gonna come down here even though it's 20 below today, work on that. I got to get, I'm gonna take this thing out and or something. I'm gonna work on this, but I'm gonna work on the sawmill I think this afternoon, and just try to work on the sawmill. Once I can run it again after I get this thing bolted down, but I don't want it going while that's not bolted down. That would not be a good thing. It has long bolts in it, but they're not bolted. I'm going to take this bar out. Another bar goes back there. I don't think that one's going to be in the way. That's the one that was, I don't know, you might have seen it in the background up at the thing. I got to find me a better looking piece of angle. What I'm going to do is put this angle on here. I need to cut it this size here so it can go on here, and then hold this on, and hopefully that'll get me about where I want to go. It looks like I need about a 3-inch piece because that's about 2-inch. That would get that off the ground down there. In other words, I want to get working on this thing, which this is always the last thing that gets worked on. So it's always the fall of the year when it gets worked on, because basically I got firewood done, I got this done, got that done, got the boiler started, got the boiler cleaned. So now you can start playing on with your toys. So anyhow, that's about a wrap. I wanted to really show getting those straps for those totes, so when you cut it out in the front, you don't hit your head, but you still have the support. You only need that support because of the angle of repose and gravity. You only need that support once you start stacking up, really start stacking it on the front part of the totes. Now when you do cut the front out of those totes, I think I might have said, maybe not, if I'm repeating myself, tell me, they're a lot more forgiving on the size logs that you go in there. Because if you have most people are cutting their wood 15 or 16 inches, but if you happen to cut an angle one and it's too long with those totes with the front on it, that 2/17 or 2/18 or 17 and 18 wouldn't fit in there. So when you cut out the front, it's a lot more forgiving on that. So that's one good thing about it. Anyhow, that's what's going on. I see the buzzards or something up there flying over, looking at the dead deer that's still up there. Gosh, I can't think of what I forgot. I'm gonna sit here and take this out, put these back in my box, and go up there and paint these. Even though it's as cold as it is, they'll still dry. So that's what it is. Get rid of your headbanger on your totes. We will see you later. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Send this to Mike Morgan and said, I think Brad might watch it. I'm not sure. Send it to Brad also at Firewood in the Furnace. Those are the two guys that were talking about cutting those totes different. And, you know, it's been around here for a while. That idea has been around here for a long time. We'll see you later now. Bye-bye.